Last video we got to this point. I've got a player sprite, I've got a bit of ground for the player sprite to land on. I've also got physics applied to the player sprite, so they start slightly above here and fall down. I think it'd be nice if we had a little bit more control over the player sprite, so I'm going to put in some keyboard event detection and go from there. I will point out before I start this that this doesn't just come off the top of my head. I'm using tutorials and instructions and all the rest of it as I go, and you should do the same. You shouldn't expect to just know this stuff. You have to kind of look it up and find the bits that work. And a good example here is keyboard sprite move by keyboard, and we've got this example, and I can scroll down and I can find on key press, and it's got some things in there. In fact, I might just grab this bit right now, def on key press, if key equals arcade.key.up. That looks really useful, doesn't it? So let's control C on that, back to my code, and not inside init, after init, always put init at the beginning of your class. I'm going to put it after the on update. I think that's a good place to have this on key press. And so if a player presses a key, update the speed. I'm just going to say jump. Now, I think the easiest thing to do here, and again, I've done this before, so I'm not just knowing this thing. So you work things out. I am going to put this line in, which is self.player.sprite.change y, and I'm going to change it by an arbitrary number to start with, and we'll see how that feels. And so it's going to just sort of push us upwards is the plan. Let's see if that works. So up key, yeah, that works. I can always try a bigger number, maybe 20. How would that feel? And of course, it's really important to try and get the feel absolutely right for a game like this. That's too much jump, isn't it? Go back to 10, I think. So I can also change the gravity of the world. So if I go back to 10, but I make the gravity a bit less, and just keep fiddling around with this. There's a whole change that you need to do. How does that feel? Yeah. Now, one issue I've got here is I've got mid-air jump, and that may or may not be what you want, but I'm just going to take that out of here. And the way I'm going to do that, there is a physics engine, because of course the physics engine is designed for this kind of situation. They know about double jump and whether you want it or not. So I'm just copying and pasting from somewhere else. Now, am I able to jump? And I've been really careful. I had this if statement here. So if the up key is pressed, then if I can jump, then tab this in, then do that change. That will work. We'll just try that, and then I'll just try tidying that up with a bit of Boolean algebra. I'll put an and in there instead. So now I can only jump when I'm on the ground. So I'm going to change this to say if key equals arcade.key.up and can jump, then that may work. If it doesn't, it will look pretty silly. Well, that still works just the same. Alright, so that's using a keyboard event to directly control the player.